Hey, what's up, everybody? So today's video, I'm going to be talking about personal finances and general tips on how not to be broke and save money. And the reason that I want to make this video, which will be the first amongst many videos relating to personal finances, is that I believe that a lot of Americans, no matter what their income level is, lack personal financial knowledge. And I've heard of stories where people are making $150,000 plus a year and they're still living paycheck to paycheck. And one might scratch their head and think like, well, how's that even possible? Well, the reason for that is because they don't know how to manage their personal finances. And I get it. There's a lot of other mitigating circumstances, like where you live at, which has, you look at the cost of living. There's inflation, so when you go to grocery stores and stuff is a little bit more expensive now than it was like 5 years ago. Things along that line. But even with all that being said, I would say at least half of the reason why people are in the rut that they're in when it comes to their personal finances is because of the decisions that they make on a daily basis. And if you are someone who is trying to better themselves financially, these are the three basic tenets that I believe will get you out of whatever kind of like rut you're in, just something like starting off the basics. And that is, the first one on this list is self-discipline and accountability. And this one might be the hardest pill for many to swallow, no diddy, because a lot of times people don't want to take accountability for their actions. It's human nature. And when you do take accountability and self-reflect on things that you made mistakes on, that is how you grow as a person. And a lot of people think that, oh, well, if I was born with this, or I was, some person was given that down the street and they're better off and blah. It's like at the end of the day, you have to like take your personal finances by the horn, and like you have to like go. I mean, you have to be disciplined in what you spend your money on daily. And when you create a budget, which will be the next tenet that I talk about, you have to stick to it. Sometimes your friends want to go out and spend, let's say, $100 at a bar one night. Say, hey, look, man, I can't really do that right now, but maybe we can do something else that won't be that expensive. Things like that. And that leads into my next topic, which is creating a budget. So when you create a budget, what you want to do is you want to look at what you bring in and what you spend your money on. Now, I personally use apps like Rocket. It's like Rocket Money. It really helps like break down like monthly what I spend my money on. This is not an endorsement. I just find it a lot easier to track every little purchase that I make, and then it helps me adjust, my spending habits. I've cut back on a couple things and have been able to save money on other things. So it varies from person to person, but at least knowing what your budget is for stuff. And then if you do want to go out and have fun, you can do that. And you budget money for that, like leisure fun activity, right? But you need to make sure that you have enough money that you're able to pay all your needs. You're able to pay for whatever debt you have, and also maybe put a little bit more on top of that instead of doing the bare minimum payments, which is how people have debt snowballs and things along that line or whatever. And once you start budgeting, you're going to be addicted to it. You're going to want to, you want to look at things that you used to spend your money on, and then you're going to cut back on them. And that leads into my next topic, which is paying off debt. That's the third tenet. So a lot of Americans, because they lack savings, they have to take out credit card debt. And let's say you have $10,000 in credit card debt, or a $10,000 credit card balance. You're going to be paying hundreds of dollars monthly in interest that isn't even going towards the principal. And that's why with creating a budget, you're able to factor in a little bit more money towards that debt, and then pay it off quicker. And then after you're done paying off your debt, you can start, putting some money in investments, some high yield savings account, put some money in some bonds. Once you save up like, $5,000-$10,000 and you don't need it, put that money in some CDs or some mutual funds, or get a brokerage account once you get a little bit more money, things along that line. And if you do have credit cards, which I have 3 of them, and that's going to be another topic I talk about in a later video, is how to play the credit card game, because I play that pretty well as someone who travels a lot for work and can use his own credit cards. But if when you do use credit cards, you need to pay them off every month. To me, a credit card is not a way to, it's not like a loan or something where, oh, I want to go on vacation and I want to put $2,000 on a credit card. Well, then, no, you need to budget throughout the year for going on vacation, even if it's like $50 to $100 every paycheck. You put that little bit of money aside for a vacation, so then when it is time for a vacation, you don't have to go into debt to go on vacation. And that's why creating a budget is so important. And then also, sometimes you might have to cut back. Maybe one year you don't go on vacation because you want to pay off more of your debt, or you want to, have a little bit more in savings this year. And then the next year, because you budgeted money, you have money in savings, then you can go on a nice little vacation. And then I'm also going to make another video on how to travel for, the low, because I just went to DC with my girlfriend, and due to having so many travel points, we got a car rental for free for 4 days, and I stayed in a hotel for 4 days. And so, there's all these things that you can get if you know how to play the credit card game. But that's like advanced level stuff when it comes to personal finances. If you're someone just starting out trying to get out of debt and out of a financial rut, then those are things you probably shouldn't be worrying about. So tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Tell me if you guys have any recommendations on specific topics you would like me to talk about. I'm pretty well versed on personal finances. Even though I work as an electrical engineer, since I was a kid, I've been able to save up money, understand what like cumulative interest is, what bond stocks, all that stuff. I understood that stuff when I was a child. So, but I get it. A lot of people who are my age, or just Americans in general or whatever, they weren't taught like these kind of things growing up. So that's why I want to make these videos. And that's all I gotta say. Thanks for watching. Peace.